I'm here with Reed Golson, senior quarterback for the SAGU Lions, who's about to play his last game here at SAGU. Reed, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.
Now, last week was a huge game for the program. You guys went down to Tyler, beat up on Texas College, and for the first time in SAGU history, collected a 5th win in the season. Really, what was the emotion of the team after that milestone game?
We were on an emotional high. We talked about it all week, breaking the record for most wins in SAGU history, and to come out and do it and play as good as we did, it meant a lot to the team, and I know it meant a lot to Coach Gouting to give him that win too.
Yeah. Was there a Gatorade bath after the game, or are you guys saving that?
There was a Gatorade bath, but we kind of missed him, so we had to get the smaller water bottles and go ahead and pour them on him like that.
That's good. Make sure you get that. So now in that game, you became the all-time program leader for all-purpose yards. What does that mean to you, owning that record now?
I think it means a lot. I think that record stood for 7 or 8 years, if I'm not mistaken, and it means a lot to have that my mark set on the SAGU football team, and people can remember me for that. And it takes a lot of hard work, and I'm just proud to have it.
Now, obviously, that was a big win, obviously a big personal moment for yourself, but there's still one game left. You guys have got Bacone coming in here on Saturday, chance to make even more history, get that winning season. How are you guys looking at this last game going against a really tough opponent? They were ranked in the top 25 up until this last week.
Yeah, if we win, we'll get a 3-way tie for the conference lead. We won't have a shot at the championship, but if we could knock off Bacone, it'd be a huge accomplishment for us because we haven't beat them in 2 years that I've been here. And of course, my sophomore year, I want a little bit of revenge for that when we were up 35-3 and they came back and beat us. So it'd be nice to get a win against Bacone and finish off with 6 wins.
Before you came here, SAGU had only collected 4 wins one time. And since you've been the quarterback here, it's been 4, 4, and 5 now, possibly 6. How have you seen the team grow since you first stepped into a Lions uniform?
I think just as a whole, we've grown by the offense Coach Tristan put in helped a lot. And I think just the attitude we've had coming into every season I've been here is a winning attitude and winning mentality. I don't think it's been like that in the past. I think people have been, they've settled for mediocrity, and I think we've helped change that a little bit.
Now, obviously, this is your last game, getting to play at Lumpkins one last time. What has been your favorite memory, being the Lions quarterback over the last 3 seasons?
Favorite memory would be my sophomore year against Howard Payne. We were down with about 45 seconds to go in the game, and I go in and we make a couple passes, and we end up scoring the game-winning touchdown with 10 to 12 seconds left, and we end up beating my former team. That's why it's my favorite moment.
Now, what are your plans? You're obviously about to finish up your collegiate career. What's your plans after SAGU?
I've got an invite tryout with Winnipeg. It's a CFL team, and I could go to Europe and play, but I don't think I want to do that. And I'm also going to the NFL Regional Combine in Houston in February, and I'm just going to try my best to keep playing. If I can, I can. If I do, then that'd be awesome.
If you could remember for one thing here at SAGU, what would that be?
I think it'd be my work ethic and how I just came to practice and wanted to have fun every day. I think that attitude rubs off on especially the younger guys, if not everybody else on the team, and I think it makes them want to work harder, and I think that's part of the reason why that winning attitude came when I was here at quarterback, and hopefully it continues next year and somebody else takes that role and gets SAGU to 6 to 7 wins, if not more.
Well, Reed, I can honestly say as a student, and then now as a commentator, producer, it's just been an absolute blast watching you play, exciting the field every Saturday. Thanks for your contributions to the SAGU football program. We're going to miss you. Good luck with your future endeavors.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Cox, defense. And that's going to land it bad, and Cox does it again! An amazing block! She rolls it over. And again, Cox delivers! Are you kidding me? Cox on fire!
And Brewster is in the slot.
It's going to be Golson on the keeper. 10, 15, 5. Will he get in? 4, 3,
He's across the goal line.
Touchdown! Golson and the Lions back on top.
Touchdown!
Reed Golson would not be denied.
22 yards.
Here it is
run.
again. right up the middle. Great blocking up front. And right here, grab at the 6, would not go down.
But you carry 2 goalies for a reason, and that suspension hurts the Lions a lot, not only because Galvin was going to play today. Oh, that's a goal!
It's an amazing shot. What an angle of attack. And the Lions are on the board. 1-0 and a bullet. They've got to get 2 more just to knot things up at 24 and hope to send us into extra points. Lions looking for a 2-0 set lead, and they get it right there. And this time it's Harden with the hammer. The freshman gives the Lions a 2-0 set advantage. 3 receivers up top, the top of your screen. Golson looks right, though. He's got a man, Dylan Moore, who holds it in. Touchdown, SAGU!
Dylan Moore.
Moore goes way up top, retains possession, touchdown, Southwestern. Welcome back to Lumpkin Stadium here in Waxahachie, Texas. As the players make their way back to the sidelines. Lions up 17-14. And Mark, looking at some of the first half stats, the Warriors really fought back in that second quarter, actually lead in total yardage now. 198 yards to 160 yards. They have run 5 less offensive plays than the Lions. The Lions do dominate time of possession. Birkenfield, quarterback for the Warriors, leads the team in rushing and passing. He came in for Kyle Cuban, who started the game for the Warriors at quarterback. Carl Birkenfield's got 38 yards on 6 attempts, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He also has thrown for 120. Meanwhile, rushing, it's been rushing by committee there. You see both the top 2 rushers for the Lions have each rushed 5 times, 26 yards for Hopkins, 24 yards for Griffin, and Golson 10 of 14 mark for 94 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah, I was a little surprised to see them give the hook to Cuban so early, unless he was hurt. He was 1 for 5 with 2 interceptions, just 7 yards. But Birkenfield has played, during the season, and he's got, he's not lacking confidence. You can see some of the stats right there. There have been more penalties called than that, but there have been a number that have been declined. For the Lions, Jeremy McDonald with 4 catches. The leading receiver for Bacone, they've got 6 guys with 1 catch. That big touchdown of 57 yards was to Quantrell Burks. 57-yarder that really got them going. They outscored the Lions there in that quarter, 14-7. For those of you who are just joining us, SAGU came out and scored first on a 40-yard field goal by James Gish. They added another one on a touchdown of 5 yards, a quick post pattern by Dylan Moore. Reed Golson connected with him 10-0. In the second quarter, Carl Birkenfield completed that pass, a short gainer to Quantrell Burks. Nobody was guarding him. He goes the distance, 57 yards. The Lions come back and goes 54 yards in 6 plays. On 4th and goal, Reed Golson runs it in from 6 yards out, and then Bacone adds a touchdown in the final minute on a 1-yard run by the quarterback Birkenfield, and they may stay with him.
Lions have punted 4 times. Warriors just have punted 1 time. And
well, they're not going to punt when they've made 3 interceptions.
That's exactly right.
Trevor McKinley's got 1. Jeff Howitt's got 1. Dylan Snyder's got 1. I think that's the most the Lions have had all season. And they've obviously studied some film, but even after the performance by the defense in the first half, the Lions are just holding to a 3-point lead. Fairly precarious, knowing that Bacone can move so quickly through the air.
Jerry McDonald leads all-purpose yards for the Lions at 56, but look at this. In second, 47 yards, all-purpose yards, is Jeff Howitt, who plays defense. interception return of 38 yards and a punt return of 9. He leads players like Hopkins, Griffin, Golson in all-purpose yards on the ground.
But one thing that I really liked about the first half was the Lions having some creativity, a little more balance in the pass-run part of the game. They ran the ball 18 times for 66 yards, and they passed 14 out of 32 plays. That's pretty good. And a few games, the Lions, didn't throw that much at all, and they've had some good success throwing. They had the one big long one that they threw to McDonald that was overthrown. Then he also picked up another of about 20 yards. And maybe they'll keep going to him. If they keep calling those kind of plays, I think they may have some success against the Warriors.
On defense, Jeremiah Mott leads with 5 tackles, 3 solo, 2 assists. Right behind him, Dylan Snyder with 3 solo tackles. Jeff Howarth, we've called his name quite a bit the first half. He also has credited of 3 tackles, 1 solo, 2 assists. On the Bacone Warriors side, Giorgio Walton with 6 total stops, 4 solos, 2 assists. Behind him, Danye Hamilton with 4 tackles, 3 solo, 1 assist. So, close ball game here. It's got that sense like it's going to go down to like the last 1 or 2 minutes of play. Perhaps whoever gets the ball last. We'll have to wait and see, but it's kind of shaping up to where Bacone is not going to go away that easily. The Warriors falling behind early and then catching up. And we know from history they can catch up in a hurry. Last week, falling just short after a furious comeback against Langston. 2 years ago on the field, the greatest comeback in college football history involved these 2 ball clubs. So we'll see what happens as the second half is underway. And tackled at the moment of the catch is number 38 for the Warriors.
You know what? I really have no idea why he didn't call for a fair catch, because he was
32 for the Warriors. Yeah, check that.
He was introduced to purple rather quickly.
Smith introduced.
Yeah, it looked like
Indeed.
Jordan Chavez came in and had a close encounter and put him down quickly. That was almost like a pooch kick by Gish.
First down and 10,
Bacone will start over with good field position. And it looks like they've got Birkenfield still out on the field.
From the pistol, 1st and 10, Birkenfield throws over the middle, pass complete. It's that big, huge target, number 84, David Chapman.
Pass completed to David Chapman.
And he will push the chains.
Tackled by Shaquem Taylor.
They don't throw a whole lot against Taylor, and you can see he was not only covering him tightly, but he was draped on him. He should, Chapman should charge him a little fair for that 9-yard ride he gave him.
And Taylor needed some help in dragging down the large Chapman. Run up the middle, snuffed out by DJ Johnson at first impact. Johnson, the senior, one of 7 seniors, check that, 7 seniors honored at halftime. We'll miss his play next year for sure, Mark. He's one of your favorites.
All right, he's up there from Michigan. Well, the Lions could use a couple of incoming freshmen on that defensive line. Those are going to be some big shoes to fill, Caston and Johnson.
Birkenfield from the shotgun. Pass over the middle, pass complete. Past the 30-yard line, that's Larry Stokes. He already has 1 touchdown on the evening. Tackled by Snyder.
That looked like that's going to be an offensive hold.
And that'll negate that pass play.
Let me get a quick shout out to the cross-country team. They qualified for the NCCAA Nationals. Did not do as well up there as they would like. The men finished in 24th position. The ladies only had 4 runners. They've had a few injuries, so they were not able to qualify. You at least have to have 5 runners in there. Azusa Pacific won the men's national championship, and Roberts Wesleyan of Rochester, New York, won the women's. I'll give you, in just a moment, I'll tell you about our top 3 finishers.
2nd and 18. Birkenfield rolls right, steps forward, throws right, deflected off the intended receiver, out of bounds.
McKinley was there.
Intended to Larry Stokes.
Stokes, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 3rd and 18.
Our top 3 finishers for the guys: John B.J. Hillhouse, Jose Campos, and Juan Rubio. All of them finished further back than what they were hoping for, while you see them marching off a penalty against the Lions. And for the Lady Lions, Destiny Garza was our top finisher, followed by Kristen Harrington and Emily Ball. Congratulations to Coach Jason Covarrubias in his first season at the helm for the Lions cross-country program. Did quite well, and look to see them only improve.
Really, really proud of the job that they have done in, like I said, the inaugural season of cross-country here, SAGU Athletics. All right, 1st and 10 from the 36-yard line of the Lions. Birkenfield, low snap, steps forward, throws up over the middle. Pass intended for Stokes again. Led him a bit too much.
You know, that's a matchup that's going to favor Bacone, because he had a step on Dalton Snyder, and anytime you can get a wide receiver going up against a linebacker,
advantage offense.
Oh yeah, and he had a step on him, but not just there. They had 2 other receivers on the top of the field, on the far right, that were also running deep. So Bacone is looking to offset that deficit with a quick score here in the 3rd quarter.
Lions will send 4 in that 4-3 defense. Birkenfield steps up, throws right. Nice defense from, is that McKinley? It is Trevor McKinley. That ball was in the hands of the intended receiver, and at the point of impact, McKinley jarred that ball loose.
Well, you know, it doesn't give the teams a whole lot of choice. It's either you're going to take your chances against Shaquem the Dream over here on this side, or you're going to go up against McKinley, who's got excellent hands, and he has really good closing speed. And McKinley's made 2 plays here in this drive. Well, here's a big 3rd down play.
Big 3rd down and 10, Mark. It's 3rd and 10 from the 36-yard line. Birkenfield, short pass, complete near the left side, dragged down the 31-yard line, and he's short of the 1st down. Well, let's do the math here as the field goal unit will come out. The ball is marked at the 31-yard line.
That would be a 30.
So the ball be spotted at the
38-yard kick. That's 48 yards on the try.
The wind favors the kicker.
Now,
the ball set in the left hash mark. It's a right-footed kicker.
By the way, the kicker's name is Nick Cannon. What a name for a kicker. Cannon.
Cannon looks to kick it through. Snaps high. Kick is low. It hits the bottom of the goalpost, and that in football does not count as 3 points.
Oh, you know, I thought this was the Canadian
It should count
league.
for something, though.
I'm telling you, you know how difficult that is? You should give him a single.
And a flag after the kick.
Stop them, and we're going to give it back to them. I'd like to see the replay of this. That looks like that's a. Did we hit the kicker late? I wasn't watching.
I was watching the kick. It's
like a lane.
If we see it again, we can maybe catch what it is. It looks like it probably was roughing the kicker. Lions, this is a huge development here early in the 3rd quarter. The Lions would have had the ball in good field position at the 31-yard line. Well, no, at the 38-yard line at the spot of the kick. And instead, it's 1st down. The Warriors at the 16-yard line. Birkenfield looking to strike up over the middle. Pass complete, caught, and touchdown Warriors. And they've got their first lead of the ball game. That is DeAndre Hood with the touchdown. The freshman from Hot Springs, Arkansas, puts Bacone on top.
Here it is. He is, looks like, I'm not sure who was covering him. Originally, it was Ethan Eastwood over the middle, and then I think it was Howard come over who went for an interception and missed it. Well, that was way too easy.
Bad snap. It's going to be the quarterback. Pass incomplete. That was number 14, the starting quarterback in on holding the snap. It was Kyle Cuban. Nowhere to throw. So
It hasn't gone well for Cuban tonight. The snap didn't look bad. He bobbled it, and
well, what this does, though, it at least gives the Lions a chance to score a field goal and tie this up again. You've got that whole 3-4 point margin that happens when field goals and touchdowns are exchanged. But that extra point miss could be big later on, as the Lions now find themselves down by 3 on a penalty on what was a terrible kick, had no chance of going in. And instead, it was roughing the kicker, we assume, not sure what else it could have been, gave the Warriors the ball at the 16-yard line. They wasted no time. First play from scrimmage, touchdown to the freshman, DeAndre Hood, and they've got the lead now, 20-17.
well, the Lions haven't made any turnovers, but in reality, that penalty on 4th down gave them a first down and essentially a touchdown. So a couple of blunders here, the short punt at the end of the first half, and that penalty right there.
McKinley elects to field the ball to 2. Could be a mistake.
And it was.
It was. It'll cost him at least, well, it'll cost him 5 yards if he let the ball through the end zone.
If he lets it go 20. Through, the Lions will start at their 20.
Instead, they'll start the 15-yard line. McKinley, perhaps antsy to make something happen, caught that ball over his shoulder and turned around and really didn't have a whole lot of time to set up a play. And he was dragged out the 15-yard line.
And he did well to get back to the 15. Well, here the Lions are. Goodwin and McDonald are inside. Now they're in motion going out, McDonald and Benton out at the top.
And a direct snap and a fumble, and Hopkins has to just fall on it. The Lions run this play quite a bit, about 4 or 5 times a quarter, or at least per half. You'll see a direct snap to Griffin or Hopkins. That time, Hopkins fumbled it. Just had to fall on it.
Well, early in the season, the Lions had a real issue with fumbles. I heard that Jason Gossett bought a case of Velcro, and that solved that problem.
Golson back to pass.
That's over the back. That should be a penalty, but there's no call.
Pass intended for Josh Goodwin.
He's looking around for something yellow.
It was a high pass.
It looked like he was climbing up his back. It would have helped if the ball was thrown a little lower than it was up, and the defensive back was able to get a hand on it.
Not a great throw from Golson at all. Put Goodwin in danger of getting hurt there in that play. It'll bring up 3rd and 13, just like that. Lions in danger of giving the ball right back. Here's a pass complete to Moore, and he's got the first down. Dylan Moore, who has a touchdown on the night already, with a key completion.
He's pointing at his left shoulder. Looks like he might have got a stinger on that play when he hit the surface.
Well, that at least pushes the chains forward and gets the Lions deep out of their own end zone, or near their own end zone. Ball spotted just shy of the 30-yard line.
You know, Moore is just money when it comes to clutch passes. He's the one who got the touchdown pass in the first quarter from Golson. The short strike over the middle. So maybe Josh Goodwin is going to have to pick up the slack here.
Hopkins with the call. Nothing doing.
I don't know if you've noticed, but probably the last half dozen read option plays, the choice that we're taking, I don't know if they're giving us a look and then taking it away, but if Reed decides to keep it, or if he decides to hand it off, well, they're right there on top of it. So Bacone looks like they've made some adjustments on the defensive side.
2nd and 10. Golson in the pistol, single setback. Hopkins trips left. Hopkins, all kinds of running room up the middle, down near the 45-yard line. A big hole. Credit the offensive line with giving Hopkins all kinds of room.
Right, you see Peter Okorokin, number 67, was way downfield blocking. The lineman give him a pat on the top of the head saying, "Attaboy, that's what we're blocking for."
There he is right there. Freddie Wilson, Rogelio Adame also made that hole happen. It's going to be 1st and 10 now at the 43-yard line. And a fumble and recovered by the Warriors. Golson looks like he changed his mind on that read option. The ball just flipped way up in the air, and the defender, a lineman, just was waiting for the ball. And the Warriors have shifted the tide here in the 3rd quarter. The first turnover of the game, a costly one in Lions territory.
We'll see exactly how costly. Something happened on the exchange. I don't know if that was the running back that didn't get it put away, or if Reed was trying to pull it out to pass or to run. But here they are at the 43-yard line. This could be the series of the game for the Lions on defense.
7-step drop, in trouble, might run, tucks it, spins, dragged down near the line of scrimmage. Snyder and company snuffing out that run from Birkenfield. Now he comes up limping.
You see number 50 in there, Ethan Eastwood, a freshman out of Maypearl. He's done nothing but make big plays this season. Now he gets to move in there having a start. You see him there, number 50. He's come up and scored a touchdown on a fumble return, got a big interception return for a score. He's starting in the place of Kendall Evers.
Birkenfield back to pass again. Nearly sacked, trips and stumbles, and credit that sack. The last man to touch him is Harry Ford. An unorthodox sack, but that's how it'll count in the stats. Just enough instability to cause the quarterback to fall on his feet.
Ford, number 90, is one of those guys that they say don't let his size fool you. He is like a horse when it comes to strength. He loves to bull rush, even though he's outweighed by almost everybody that he plays. He's very quick, good lateral pursuit, and he leads the team in sacks. Him and a teammate both have the same number, 3 this season. You see him down there in the 3-point position, number 90.
3rd and 16. In trouble again. Birkenfield running for his life and throws out of bounds as
like
Caston had a hand on him. And that'll bring up 4th down and 16.
Wow.
A big defensive stop from the purple and gold. As you see, the senior D.J. Johnson, who also gave chase to Birkenfield. I'll tell you, you talk about Harry Ford. He only weighs 218 pounds. He's giving up a lot of weight, but he makes up for it, like you said, just raw strength. Pound for pound, one of the strongest guys on the defense.
Yeah, I was asking Ike Caston about him. I said, what does he do well? And he just says, he's fearless. He said he loves to just come right in and run straight. He's so quick. And he said a lot of linemen will underestimate him, and he's coming back next year. But what a big stop, and it was almost all that was by the defensive front.
Punt the 40. And it's going to sail out of bounds. And the referee's going to mark that ball at the 24-yard line. So we are at 7:57
we dodged
left.
a bullet on that
Yes,
one.
we did. We gave the ball up at about the 43-yard line and just kind of held our ground. Was able to get the ball back now after a turnover. The first turnover of the game for the Lions on a muffed handoff between Golson and Hopkins. But they escape. No damage. We'll reset here at the 24-yard line with 7:57 left in what would be a huge win for this Lions organization. A first winning season ever on the line. 6-4 possibility. Golson, handoff up the middle. I believe that is Hopkins. It is Hopkins again. Scrambles forward for a few.
Hopkins on the run, tackled by Jordan Anderson.
And there's a Bacone player.
He's a big one. Boy, when he
Slow
hit the
to get
ground,
up.
thought I saw the lights flicker there. He hit the ground hard.
That is that is Jordan Anderson, 315-pounder. We mentioned him in the first quarter. Jordan Anderson, a junior out of Fontana, California, a transfer from San Bernardino College, and he's still down.
I'll tell you one thing that you'll notice about the Warriors is that their head coach, Trevor Rubley, has recruited from a number of states, and they're very active. Their players are taking a knee there. SAGU and Bacone have been friendly rivals. They were have been members for about a decade in the Red River Athletic Conference. The two schools have some mutual respect for each other. They do an excellent job in so many of their sports, and they've been a real tough team for us to beat in football. They've won the last 3.
Both teams come into this game, Mark, winning 5 out of their last 7 ball games. The Warriors had won 5 in a row until they lost last week to Langston. Of course, we talked about SAGU on a 3-game winning streak. 2nd and 7, Golson. Drugged down from behind, and he's going to be sacked.
Well, it looked like a couple of the linemen just were standing there figuring he was going to throw it, and the lineman, he never quit. And he got right past
Chance Ridden,
Peter Okorican and Paul Selski, but good hustle. And the Lions are in a 3rd down situation, which they really need to convert.
The freshman from Belleville, Texas, Chance Ridden, drags down the senior.
Well, a good sign. The last time the Lions had a 3rd down, they went to Dylan Moore. He's back on the field there at on the right side. He's looking that way.
Throws downfield, and a ball slips out of his hands, and a flag was thrown right after the snap.
It's against the Lions.
It's going to be a false.
And they're going to decline it, so it's 4th down.
4th down. I think the
Lions have had
a false start.
Not a lot of penalties, but they've had a few that were so costly. There's one right there, and on the previous drive, that penalty gave Bacone the ball inside the 20-yard line, and they cashed in quickly. Only thing nicer than this weather would be if they would play it tomorrow. It's supposed to be in the mid-80s here in Waxahachie on Sunday. Not a really good punt, but it gives a nice roll for
and it's getting even better.
Yeah, right.
It'll
about a 39-yard punt for Steven Stewart. Got a nice bounce. But they've got good field position here to start this drive, midway point here in the 3rd quarter. And still they're going with Birkenfield. The fact that the backup or the original starter, Kyle Cuban, came out for the extra point a while ago lets you know he's not injured. And if Birkenfield was to struggle, they'll have no hesitation to go back to Cuban.
And here's an end-around play, a rushing play near the 50-yard line, and that is Aaron McCoy. We've not called his name often, but he gains about 10 yards on that play. McCoy, the senior from Tulsa, Oklahoma.
He's got 222 yards, averaging just 3.2 a carry, but he picked up 9 on that one.
And McCoy again with the call. It's still on his feet, breaks a tackle, down to the 30, slips down to the 26-yard line. Aaron McCoy looked like he was wrapped up around the 45, and then he just disappeared out of the pack.
Right, he looked like he sidestepped one guy, eluded him, and then turned the Jets on. Now the defense has got to come up with another stop. Would be nice if the offense could actually come in here and get a time-consuming drive for them. I wonder if the defense is getting tired.
1st and 10. Birkenfield steps up into the pocket, still on his feet. He loses 3 tacklers and gains about 5 yards on what would have been a busted play. A potential sack turns into a gain of 5 for Birkenfield.
You don't like seeing your strong safety have to make the tackle. Fortunately, it was only a 5-yard picket, but there were 3 missed tackles that could have turned that into a lost yardage situation.
Second down and 6. Ball at the 23-yard line. 5:19 left, 3rd quarter. Birkenfield. Twin backs. Rushes right, rolls right, on his feet. Got the first down.
Well, it looks like Caston lost contain on the left side, and he's more of a threat to run than he is to pass, but he looks quite athletic. Tall, lean, and so far he's been making the plays. Well, they've got a first down now, Rob. Can the defense come in and come up with a stop here?
If you hold to a field goal, then you're still just down by 6 and drag down to the 12-yard line.
Looked like Caston was in on that stop.
McCoy again. If you hold him to a field goal here, you'd be down by 6, which sure does beat being down by 10 at this point in the ball game with 4 minutes and 30 seconds left in the third quarter. 2nd and 7. It's McCoy to the left of Birkenfield. He's going to throw. Now he's going to run with it. Tuck it and run. He's got all kinds of room. He's going to score. Touchdown, Warriors. Birkenfield saw a huge gap and decided to keep it himself.
He rolled out to his left, and he got outside of Harry Ford. You see
Here
number
it is
90.
again.
Ford left his feet, and he was gone.
It's it. And secondary didn't have time to close because of the short
McKinley
field.
Came over there just not in time, and this thing has turned. The Lions started off strong with a 10-0 lead, and since then it is 27-7 in favor of Bacone.
The 10-0 lead is now a 10-point deficit for the Lions, 27-17. Now we want to take you back right now to that field goal penalty that we had a few minutes ago. Here it is again. And right there, bumping in, it was
Eastwood.
It was Eastwood, and that gave a first down to the Warriors, and they went on to punch that in for a touchdown or a field goal. Check that field goal. But that was that's a key play in this game here.
That was just a freshman mistake. I mean, if you're coming in for a block, you can't run into the kicker, and he almost obliterated him and turned around to watch that the kick wasn't any good. But they turned what was going to be a defensive stop into a touchdown, and they took those 6 points, took the lead, and the Lions offense has been pretty silent since midway in the second quarter.
McKinley at the 5, down to the 10, 15, ducks his head, past the 20, down to the 23-yard line. There was also that odd exchange that resulted in a fumble. Golson trying to hand off to Hopkins. I believe we may have that again. Here it is again.
First down and 10 on the 23-yard line.
No, there's the interception earlier that McKinley got on a pass that Cuban threw behind.
Yeah, we'll try to have the other play for you in a moment.
Yeah, I didn't get to see what happened on that handoff between Golson and Hopkins, but that's one of the keys to the game. You turn it over, and the other team cashes in.
Pass complete.
Well, that was a dangerous throw out to
Dylan Moore again.
Moore's got good hands. Here's that fumble.
There it is.
Yeah, he went to pull it out, and that's probably a Golson mistake.
Well, I've mentioned quite a few times when I see it happen, I'm amazed. I'm just amazed that you don't see that happen more often, because Golson basically gives the ball to the running back, and I think the running back thinks he's going to take it, and Golson just snaps it back out. What happened there is Hopkins probably squeezed the pigskin, and when Golson squeezed back, that caused the fumble. And here's a rush up the middle for a gain of 1.
If you make up your mind too late to pull it out, the running back has got to latch onto it because he's running right into traffic.
That's Griffin on the carry. Griffin will be back next year. He's a junior.
Well, here we are
Houston,
on a big third down play again, which was one of the keys to the game. How are the Lions going to do with it? They have converted some, but not enough.
Dylan Moore at the bottom of your screen. Josh Goodwin, 87 at the top of your screen. Trips left, in fact. McKinley and McDonald and Benton. Golson rolls right. may keep it himself. Still in trouble, still on his feet, rolls back left. He's got some running room, but dragged down after a gain of 3 by Giorgio Walton, who led the team at halftime in tackles, and a big stop there for the Warriors. It looked like Golson was going to do his magic again right here, Mark. And right there, all kinds of daylight, but then coming out of nowhere is Walton dragging down Golson.
Well, unfortunately, Walton gets up celebrating like he did something great. He did tackle him, but he got the first down. It would be better if you saved your celebration until after you made a tackle that forced a punt. But Golson made that play happen.
And a pitch back and around to McDonald, the speedster. Down past the 41 to the 42-yard line. Ball does go out of bounds. We'll stop the clock at 2:08 left in the third.
You see Hopkins and Tyler Jenkins were out there throwing lead blocks. Well, that was close to being a late hit out there.
Sure was.
But probably a good call.
Direct snap to Griffin over the right tackle. Slides down to the 44.
That was a bad snap by R.J. Adame, and the fact that he had to go fishing to get the ball and then pick it up. But he was still able to turn it into positive yards. He gained about 1.5, and here's a third down and short.
And that'll be enough for a first down.
Did he say that? Yeah, he did.
They are going to give them a first down.
I heard our public address announcer, Sean Roberts, shout out first down, and I'm going, like Lee Corso, not so fast, my friend. But he was one step ahead of us.
Clock continues to run now under 1:30.
Did I tell you, once I saw Lee Corso coaching when he was in the Big Ten?
Indiana Hoosiers.
He was coaching Indiana.
Indiana Hoosiers back in the 80s. I'm from Indiana. I remember.
He was actually
Lee Corso was a good coach back in the day. Golson steps up in the pocket, throws up the middle. Pass nearly caught. Incomplete.
He was trying to lead Jenkins.
Tyler Jenkins, intended receiver. I'm not sure if Jenkins had tripped up and was on his way down, or if he just lost the ball, but he was falling to the ground before he was able to pull the ball in, and it bring up second down and 10.
First time I saw Indiana play, it was 1979, and at the end of the game, it was tied up. The Hoosiers came and tied it, and Michigan won it on a 50-yard touchdown to Anthony Carter on the last play of the game.
Pitch back to Griffin around the right side, 50, near midfield, down to the 49-yard line. He's shoved out of bounds.
I liked Adame. Watch him get out front, and you see Mitchell Grimes. Nice downfield block by Josh Goodwin. It looked like they were going to have a head-on collision.
Third and short.
So they're
spotted at the 48-yard line.
They're bringing in Lopez, 77, for some extra blocking power. Looks like Hutchinson, 51, is also coming in.
Sanchez.
Third down, and looks like a solid 2 yards.
Lopez, a 295-pound freshman from Katy, Texas.
Look, they got a Corrigan in the backfield.
And Reed's going to get it and more. Down to the 40. To the 39-yard line. First down, Lions. Golson, the senior.
There's some laundry on the play, and I think it's offsides. Yes, it is.
Offside will be declined, of course. First down, Lions, move the chains.
What'd you think of that play? I mean, they had a Corrigan in the backfield. I mean, it was like all offensive linemen. Look at Paul Selski, 71, running downfield.
And Goodwin also in on the block.
You let offensive linemen, you give them like a McRib or something and just say, just keep driving.
You know, I had a McRib last night. I'm reminded why I should never buy McRibs.
I saw a picture of one online this week. I don't think I'll ever get one.
It's chicken. They call it a McRib.
Is it really chicken?
I think it tasted like chicken.
It's the sauce, evidently.
It's the sauce. We have reached the end of the third quarter. Scored 27-17, a 10-point lead for the Warriors. Let's take it down to the field now with Tyler Evans.
Thanks, guys. Here I am with SAGU parent Danny DeLeon, father to SAGU football player Jonathan DeLeon. Now tell me, why is this specific game so important to you?
Well, it's interesting. You might want to know, I guess. This is my first game in 3 years to see my son play football live. Basically, when he came here, we're from Southern California, and we've not been able to come out to see a game yet. So we had to make it this year, but he's been here 3 years already, and this is our first game to see him live. And we're super excited to be here.
Now, in watching the games live, how has the media broadcasting part been a major help to you?
Well, it has connected us completely to the game. We have not missed the game. We actually treat it in our schedule like we're here. So we tell people don't call us or whatever, and we put on this simulcast, and we watch it every Saturday wherever you guys are at. We listen to it when you're out of town, and it's how we've kept connected. It's funny, when I walked into the stadium, I felt that I know this place because I've seen it from all the different angles, and I even congratulated the staff that was here as I walked in and said, you guys have made all the difference in our life, being able to stay connected to our son, play football.
Thank you so much, and enjoy the rest of the game. Back to you, Rob.
Thank you, Tyler. Thank you, Mr. DeLeon. That's a nice treat, a nice compliment. Thank you, friend, for your support of our broadcaster. That's kind of a good feeling to know that we're making an impact on the parents and family and friends of our players here at SAGU football.
DeLeon playing out of Orange, the LA suburb, out Orange, California.
Golson in the shotgun, lofts it up high. No one in the vicinity. Pass intended for Andres Brewster. That'll bring up 3rd and 10.
Big play. The Lions really could use something here.
Let's dial up a play to your man, Dylan Moore, number 14. He's had some big catches today. Let's see if Golson can find him, or perhaps he'll find McDonald. He's had a good game. Brewster has had a nice catch or two early on. It's a big, big 3rd down here. You're down by 10. You were up by 10
I was going to say, you might look for Josh Goodwin up at the top of the screen. Nope.
Up the middle. It's Brewster. First down and more. Shakes and bakes down to the 30, to the 20.
Wow.
Andres Brewster. This time he found Brewster right on the mark on a crossing pattern. Brewster moves the chains.
That was the same play they ran against Panhandle State for the touchdown, if you recall. He had Goodwin going way downfield, which basically cleared out that zone.
Here it is. Short 3-step back pass, and Brewster did the rest of the damage after the quick pass from Golson.
Big 3rd down conversion.
Golson from the pistol. Screen pass to Benton. Benton down to the 15. Vinique Benton, who knows this field very well, played quarterback here, caught that one for a gain of 5, maybe 4.
Next year, when the team comes back at the beginning of August preparing, they'll have a new quarterback in there. They're going to have a lot of talent at the skill position, and the whole offensive line is going to be back.
2 receivers on the bottom of your screens, Goodwin and Benton. 2 on the top. Moore with 14. McDonald in the slot, number 1.
And Chris Bigham in the backfield.
Golson up the middle. Touchdown, Lions! It's Jeremy McDonald, and the Lions are back in business.
Whoosha! What a big shot. Look at it.
A laser wide open underneath the safeties, past the linebackers. A perfect zone read by Reed Golson. And McDonald punches it through. Touchdown, Southwestern.
We got past number 11, Cam Onick, who's from Mesquite. Here's Gish with the PAT.
And the Lions have cut the lead back to 3.
Well, that was what you call capitalizing, and especially on third down.
Yeah, let's go back to the 3rd down. Talk about that, because we had just thrown to Brewster. It was frankly a terrible pass to Brewster. Maybe it was the wrong pattern, but now you're facing a 3rd and 10 from about the 35-yard line and a huge 3rd down conversion.
Well, he had 3 receivers elsewhere, otherwise that were going way downfield. All the defensive backs drop with him, and then Brewster just drags over the middle into that open spot that was just vacated, and he just feathered a nice toss. I have a feeling if Brewster could have got to the outside of that defensive back, he might have scored on the play.
And then on the scoring play, it was in the slot, McDonald with the skinny post pattern, and Golson struck him right. Well, it was a bit of a high pass, but no one really in the vicinity. McDonald hauled it in and ran it in from there.
That was his first touchdown pass of the season, a year after.
First reception of the season.
First touchdown reception.
Yeah.
Did I say that right?
You
touchdown.
said pass.
All right, I was excited.
I got you. I got you covered. So Gish will kick it off from the 35. You know, I think we expected a lot more touchdown receptions from McDonald when the season began, but we'll take it for now for sure. And a good run back, dragged down 35-yard line.
Who made the tackle?
Yeah.
Trevor McKinley.
Jamarcus Thomas, a good run back, a freshman running back, is his typical position, a 5'9", 180-pounder from Dallas, Texas. Franklin D. Roosevelt High School gives the Warriors pretty good field position here as the Lions have clawed their way back to just a 3-point deficit.
Well, these are the top two offensive teams in the CSFL in both total offense and scoring, with Bacone having the nod in both of those categories.
And let's remember, this is a ranked team, Mark. The Bacone College Warriors are the number 25 team in the nation, and what a stop!
That was Jonathan De Leon. We just saw his dad a moment ago.
There it is,
and
number 31.
Look at this.
Look at him. He saw the interview. He saw Tyler talk to his daddy and said, I'm going to show Dad I'm proud that he's here in person at Lumpkin Stadium. What a play from the senior.
So all of you watching from out there on the left coast.
It pays to drive in and see your child play here at Lumpkin.
Exactly.
Wow. 2nd and 9. Birkenfield in trouble. Nowhere to turn. Throws up a prayer. It's caught at the 45-yard line. Now the defenders are saying he touched the ground, and the referees step in and say, yes, that is an incomplete pass. We might be able to see that again, possibly. Look like Daniel Judkins. Here it is. Look at Judkins. Joe dives for the ball in front of him, and he thinks he comes up with it. It's inconclusive from this angle whether he did catch the ball, but it's ruled incomplete. 3rd and 9.
It looked like Jeremiah might have got a hand on it and deflected it down.
Big, that line show blitz now back off. Here comes De Leon on the blitz. Birkenfield. Pass is incomplete.
To Cooper.
4th down.
No, they're calling it a catch.
No way. And now we've got a discrepancy on the call. The referee's talking it over.
Incomplete.
Incomplete pass.
That's
4th
what
down.
happens when you throw against the shutdown artist,
Shaquem, the Dream Taylor.
Exactly, from Mesquite Poteet. Comes in and was right there on the play to their top receiver, David Chapman.
And you see the Bacone coaching staff pleading their case. This is a big decision here. I know there's 11:54 left in the ball game, but it was 3rd and forever. 3rd and 9.
If this was the NFL, you'd see a red hanky out there.
And they'd be looking it over under the hood. Here
Right,
it is
here
again.
it
Let's
is.
take a look at it ourselves. Maybe we can catch if it was a complete pass. That is a very interesting catch. If his knee touched the ground, maybe we can take one more look at it. If the knee touched the ground.
They're giving it to him. They've said incomplete, then they talked it over.
If the knee touched the ground before he released the ball, then it is definitely a completed pass. He has possession of it.
He caught it about hip high, and I think what the official originally saw was that when he came down, or as he slid down, he didn't have the ball still in his hands. I think that's probably a good call.
1st and 10 from the 45. The Warriors maintain possession. Short pass. Picked off! Interception is going to be ruled.
No, they're calling him out of bounds.
Ruled out of bounds.
Look at Taylor.
Did Taylor come up with the ball? I believe Taylor
No, they're not going to give it to him.
Did catch the ball. The ruling, his feet were out of bounds, though.
He's going to get hungry for it now.
Maybe we can see that one.
Like they just gave the guy the reception. Now you're taking away the interception. Come on, Shakeen. Make a clean play.
He's due for a big play now. Single coverage on number 84, David Chapman. Here it is again. Boy, it's hard to tell from that angle. He had his left foot down.
Well, you only need one foot.
But did he have full possession of the ball? That was the rule. And
but whenever that kind of play happens right in front of the opponent's bench, boy, if an official doesn't have a really good view,
you'll get lots of help from the sideline.
Yeah, right. You're not going to get that call.
Here it is again. Take a look at this. You just need 1 foot in possession in. They're ruling he did not have possession of the ball. He was juggling the ball. Probably the right call.
Very close.
All right, 3rd and 11 here. Birkenfield in the shotgun. 2 receivers up top, 2 down low. De Leon shows a blitz. They bring 5. Short pass underneath, complete and wrapped up. Well short of the first down.
And
you don't want a penalty here. You don't want to get a flag thrown, and you see Godding telling his players to get away.
Oh,
and they are going to throw a penalty and give the Warriors a first down.
It was roughing the passer. That's the 2nd time we've stopped them, and then a senseless penalty.
First, a roughing the kicker play on a field goal that was 48 yards away, and now roughing the passer on 3rd and 9 when the quarterback was in deep trouble. Completely unnecessary.
Yeah, I'd like to see that one again. So they tacked that on to the end of the play. So he had a short gainer. We would be getting the ball back. But as a result of that, you could see the SAGU sideline jumping up and down like, don't tell me you're going to hit him.
De Leon, the blitz again, throw left. Chapman, intended receiver. Ball was thrown high, incomplete. Taylor right there.
Incomplete pass.
Near Chapman. Here it is again. Look at the quarterback and let's see if he was roughed.
Yeah, he was. Zach Jackson. Sees Jackson hits him with both hands to the chest.
Can't do that.
And he drove him all the way to the ground.
Cannot do that in college football.
No.
High school or pros, and that's going to be a penalty every time.
I looked down the sideline and I could see Darius Griffin jump up in the air and spin around, and he has his helmet off of his head, and he's just going. It's just a turnover. Is what it is.
Birkenfield looks right or looks left, throws right, pass to hit the 40, down to 30, on his feet still, the 25-yard line, and that is completed to
Dylan
Everett Davis.
Dylan comes in with a high hit on the play. What's this here? Yeah, he hit him in the head, too.
No flag.
Yeah, there was. I think they missed that one.
1st and 10, the 25-yard line. The Warriors marching here at Logan Stadium. 9:57 and counting remaining. Birkenfield having a good second half. 2 receivers up top. Single set back right. Birkenfield, 5-step drop, in trouble, escapes trouble.
1 missed tackle.
Now here comes Snyder.
Boy.
Birkenfield jumped over. He just jumped over defender Kyle Flood after a gain of several yards.
Could be coming back on a penalty. Well, if you're the Lions on defense.
And a holding call against the offense will push the ball back, Mark, and bring up 1st down and 20.
Well, if you're that front 4, they came up with a big stop earlier, forcing the Warriors to punt. They pulled Zach Jackson off the field, and you know that number 53 has just got to be hoping and pleading, come on, guys, bail me out on this one.
Didn't work.
It's 1st down and about 20.
Win backs. Birkenfield pumps left, throws left. About 4 yards past the intended receiver on that play. DeAndre Hood.
Yeah, if he could have been right on the money, he could have scored. Taylor seemed to bite just a skosh on that first move, but recovered well.
This is where your seniors, like DJ Johnson, you see in your screen, have to just step up. It is go time right now. You've got to at least hold these Warriors to a field goal. 9:18 and counting. Well, 9:18, actually, the clock has stopped. So 9:18 on the clock. Fourth quarter.
He's looking
Birkenfield
left.
Looks left, got a man underneath. Caught at the 30. And 5 more yards after the catch will give the Warriors a first down.
Right. You would think the Warriors, with their big strike ability, the Lions have been able to shut down the big play with the exception of the one earlier in the game, which was just a short pass that turned into a long gainer. But they're throwing underneath, taking the short, safe routes. Birkenfield is doing a nice job moving them downfield, navigating the offense. Here's a third down. Big play.
3rd and 9. Up the middle. Pass caught, complete, touchdown, Warriors. That is Ronaldo Reyes with the score.
He was being guarded by Dalton Snyder, and then Dylan Snyder missed the tackle. Well, the brothers can talk about that one when they get home. That was way too easy.
Almost the same pattern that McDonald had, a skinny post up the middle.
But you remember we talked about earlier that when the quarterback lines up and he sees that you've got a linebacker covering a receiver, that's a matchup that's going to favor the offense every time. Now, as a result of that touchdown, now they're up by 2 scores. The Lions have got their work cut out for them. Oh, but for a penalty flag at the end of that drive, we had stopped them earlier and gave that one to them very easily. Bacone did nothing to warrant keeping possession. It was just an undisciplined play by SAGU, which allowed them to maintain possession, and they took advantage of it. Good job by Bacone.
Jesse Gotting talking things over with his offense. They need to put some points on the board on this possession. You've got 8:31 left in the ball game. Then you need a big defensive stop from DJ and company. Get the ball back. Try to score at least a field goal or another touchdown. Down by 10, you need at least 2 scores.
Earlier in our pregame discussion, you mentioned that the Lions can hold them under 37. Well, we're doing that right now, Rob. What do you think?
Well, right now it's enough. So let's hope it's not enough. 34 points as the Warriors are close to their game average. And a pretty good run back down past the 36-yard line. I believe that was Trevor Van Kempen again.
Right. Van Kempen is a defensive player who's pretty athletic. Really nice guy. And just plays hard all the time. Plays special teams, plays defense. He's on the hands team when they've got an onside kick attempt. He holds on to the ball. You need to have those kind of players.
A pretty good field position here. Ball at the 36-yard line. Lions down by 10. Golson sends trips right, the top of your screen. 2 receivers down low. It's going to be a screen pass complete to Brewster as he twists and turns his way forward for a gain of 3.
I'll tell you, that one play almost never seems to make it big anywhere you see it called. There was 3 defenders right there that I'm not sure there's any way possible that Goodwin can block all of them unless he throws himself at them like a railroad cross tie. But he was able to pick up a few yards out of it.
Now here's McDonald and Benton and Goodwin at the bottom of your screen. Dylan Moore all by himself at the top. Single setback. Golson rolls right, throws right, got a man, and it was Moore tipped out of bounds. It was in Moore's hands.
That safety came over and was able to break that pass play up.
That would have been a huge gain.
Right, Golson threw it right over one and in front of the other. Because you're not going to see Dylan Moore drop the ball.
3rd and 7.
Reminds me a little of the old Freddie Bolitnikoff. Just got that stickum on there, and like a Venus flytrap, he's holding on. Well, here's another big 3rd down play.
Steps up in the pocket, pass complete.
Yeah.
First down. Tyler Jenkins.
The bearded wonder comes through with a big grab.
This tight end, a sophomore from Weatherford, Texas.
Look at that. 45-yard line of Bacone.
And Golson is going to roll right. Still in trouble. He throws a duck. And if he's inbound,
nope,
he was juggling it out of bounds, and a lucky break for the Lions.
Wow, I don't know. The Warriors broke that up, and they forced it. They forced it with that penetration right up the middle. And Golson threw it over to McDonald, and it looked like the ball was deflected. It fluttered around. And it looked like it was going to get picked off by one of two guys.
Bring up 2nd and 10 from the 45. From the pistol, Golson looks left, now runs right. He's got some room. At the 40, twist, turns down to the 37-yard line. 2 yards short of the first down. He pumped left. Ran right, had all kinds of room. Here it is again.
Looks like Fran Tarkenton, number 10 in purple.
He wore number 7, I believe.
No, he wore number 10.
He wore number 10?
Yeah, he was barely big enough to have 10 fit across his chest.
3rd and 2, Golson will keep it. And more easily. Almost an 8-yard gain. They'll move the chains.
That was a different looking play. I'm not sure I've seen that. I mean, it looked like the direct snap play, but it was right
off the right tackle.
Golson.
Golson can run. Knee brace and all. 6:15 left. Ball at the 29-yard line. 1st and 10. Lions need to score.
In the 3rd quarter, but he may have passed that yardage needed to become SAGU's all-time leading rusher.
In a tight set, and Golson just leapfrogs over a handful of defenders and some offensive linemen for a gain of 5 more.
It looks
maybe
like
6, a gain of 6.
Did you see him? He looked like he was going through a minefield, just kind of tiptoeing over the tulips, trying to get through there. It almost like he was stepping on the, on the red steps, the Bacone Warriors, and we picked up 6 yards.
If you're the senior, Reed Golson, you know it is your time to shine, and they're going to put the ball and the game in his hands. A gain of a couple on that one.
You know, it's like that one play works so nice, they're going to run it twice or thrice. Now we're going to make a change. We've got Dylan Moore and Vanique Benton and Jeremy McDonald in there like they gave him a break. Here it is, a big 3rd down and a long 3.
But if they don't convert, you can kick the field goal, which helps the cause. You'd rather have 7, save the field goal for later. So a big play here, 3rd and 4. Dylan Moore at the top, trips down bottom, a pitch back to Griffin. He's got the first down. He may score. Oh, he had one man to beat, and he tripped him up. That was number 25. Keith Lewis may have saved the touchdown. Here it is again. Griffin Moore receives the pitch. All kinds of room, and right there, well, there was a safety back, but, with Griffin's speed, he may be able to elude that safety, but credit number 25, Keith Lewis, with a potential touchdown-saving tackle.
Well, and a big conversion on 3rd down.
Ball spotted at the 13-yard line. Golson now a whistle right before the snap.
Please don't say it's against the offense.
I think it's a timeout.
We need the yard.
I think it's a timeout was called. Bacone called that timeout.
I was going to say, speaking of timeouts, the Lions have all 3 of theirs left. You would think that SAGU wants to get a touchdown on this possession. A touchdown here would pull us to within 3, as opposed to just
7.
settling for a field goal here, then having to come back in the closing minute and having to drive in and produce a touchdown. Well, we're in that spot in the field. If we're looking for a target in the end zone, who are you looking at? Are you looking at Dylan Moore?
Dylan Moore. or Jeremy McDonald, but I think Dylan Moore is a hot receiver right now. He's been the go-to man.
And if they don't,
and how about Andres Brewster? Let's not forget Brewster.
I was going to say Brewster over the middle. They've thrown to Caleb Shelley a few times. And another guy who's got 3 touchdown receptions is Josh Goodwin, 87. He's 6'3".
Big target. Well, let's see who they send out there. Dylan Moore, excuse me. Dylan Moore is out there. McDonald, number 1, he's out there. Vinique Benton. Where's number 3? And Griffin.
And there is
in the backfield.
Goodwin down there on the left.
Goodwin. Where's the 87? So trips left. It's Goodwin, McDonald, and Benton in the slot. Moore at the top of your screen. Griffin, the single setback behind Golson. 1st and 10, 13-yard line. Here's the snap. It's going to be Griffin, and he gets nothing. Why not throw on 1st and 10?
Robert,
you send 4 receivers out, and you pass right up the middle, or a handoff up the middle to Griffin. You've got 4 defenders just waiting on him. I don't quite follow that play on 1st and 10. Now you're at 2nd and 10. Griffin, or pass complete to Benton from Golson, and a flag on the field you see near where Benton was tackled, and it was thrown before the pass. So
we're right here in the red zone, and we run 2 straight plays that are not attacking. They're not stretching.
But
they're going with real conservative plays. They snuffed them both out, but it looks like we're going to get a break on this one.
And a break indeed, Mark, as the Warriors are called for a penalty.
If they would get rid of that bubble screen, I'm sure that some guys would lose a lot of receptions. But on that play, Benton got the ball out here on the side and was caught in a moment of indecision. Was tackled for no gain. Bacone read that well.
Big break here, though. The
and
Lions.
You'll notice, I was going to say, you notice they're keeping 2 safeties back right about the goal line area so that they can prevent reception from crossing the end zone.
Well, let's see if the safeties line up tight. Look for Golson to throw perhaps a timing pattern, a fade pattern to Dylan Moore, who's at the bottom of your screen. You've got Andres Brewster in the slot. It's going to be touchdown up the middle, Troy Griffin.
Who would have thunk it? Did they snap it right to him? Was it the direct snap? I was watching the receiver.
No, it was a handoff, but Griffin gets the call, a hole up the middle.
And he got a great block by Mitchell Grimes, 75.
Touchdown, Lions.
Wow, big play.
Wow, I did not see that coming at all.
Now here I'm sitting there
we're both thinking pass, pass, pass.
Right. I'm sitting there thinking that we're getting really conservative, and then we pull a play that Bacone certainly wasn't expecting. And talking about a burst once he got possession. Troy Griffin flew out of that like he was a track guy coming out of the blocks.
34-31. The Lions are right back in it with 4:02 left in the game. Don't go anywhere, folks. This is going to come down to the last possession, perhaps the last play of the game.
We were talking earlier about Caleb Shelley. He played and caught a pass earlier, but I saw him on the sideline just there. Outside of his pads, or sans the pads. On the far right down there, you'll see number 34. That is Kendall Evers out with that broken ankle. Very hard-working guy who just made a lot of his opportunity. Well, here's James Gish ready to kick off. I don't think the Lions dare try an onside kick at this point.
No, it's too early.
But
you have 3 timeouts left. You can hold.
The defense has got to come up with a stop right here.
3 and out. Get the ball back with about 2:30 left, and try to get in field goal range for Gish, who's one of the best kickers in the NAIA. Give him a shot to tie this up. And Gish with the kickoff. Ball lands 4 yards deep, and they'll take a knee.
He's got deceptive power because you watch that kick, and normally you would expect to see something that's going really high, but he has a really strong leg. I think he may have a chance to play beyond the college level, but he boomed that one all the way to the end zone. The wind, which is supposed to be about 15 miles an hour out of the south, is still coming from the south. Humidity's picked up quite a bit. The temperature is around 70 degrees right now. It was about 78 earlier today.
It's a wonderful night for football.
For those of you that are tuning
Texas.
in, we're here at Lumpkin Stadium. It is the home of both SAGU and Waxahachie. There's a penalty against Bacone.
And they're saying half the distance to the goal. That'll put the ball back at the...
It was a personal foul of some kind.
12.5-yard line.
Well, it had to happen during the field of play. I don't think I've ever seen that happen on a,
we both
on a
missed
touchback. Well, one way or the other, Bacone is, they need to move the chains about 3 times, and the Lions have got to come up with a stop.
And at this point, that 12 yards is huge because you're talking about field position. That's 12 extra yards Gish doesn't have to worry about if he has a chance to kick a field goal. Low snap, low pass complete to 13. Out near the, well, he's still on his feet. This is not good. It may come back, though. Chapman's going to go the distance.
If that's a touchdown,
it's over.
I'm
but
sick.
It could be coming back. There was a flag thrown way back at the 16-yard line, and you see number 90, Harry Ford, saying bring it back, and there's Caston.
Chop block.
And that's what probably freed Chapman to go the distance. Many times you often see a great huge play, and it looks good till you realize there was a flag thrown, which spring or set loose the runner.
Fortunately on the play, you saw the official throw the flag immediately. Not a good job of blocking. I mean, of tackling as far as SAGU is concerned. I got to give Bacone credit on first down. They're throwing the ball. You would expect to see them come out and just try to run it and run some time off the clock, but they didn't.
And it's going to cost them. So now what could have been a 25-yard line, typical, take a knee on the kickoff. Now it's going to be first down from...
What's first and 15?
First and 15 from about the 7.5-yard line. So things going the opposite way for the Warriors. They're just trying to run out the clock and escape with the win here. Number 25 team in the nation.
I don't see, is Shaquem Taylor out there? I see Kyle Flood over on the far
You've got McKinley,
side.
number 7, at the bottom of your screen. And now the handoff. And that's Jeremiah Mott and company will wrap up the runner after a gain of maybe 2.
I'm looking for Shaquem Taylor. There he is. He's back on the field now. Kyle Flood, 32.
And the Lions will use one of their 3 timeouts. It'll leave them with 2 with 3:38 remaining in the ball game. 2nd down and 12 at the 11-yard line. The ball right now, or I should say the wind right now, favors the Lions. So if the Warriors do have to punt, it won't go that far. There's still look at the breeze at the goalpost. You see the flag waving. So things, at least in the future, are leaning towards favoring the Lions right now.
Well, you see the Warriors huddling there inside the 25-yard line, and you see John Allen there with his back to us there in the middle, the veteran defensive coordinator. Played football and coached at Evangel College in Missouri. We have several Evangel grads coaching here. And Allen has done a very good job this year. The rushing defense last year gave up about 190+ yards a game. They cut 50 yards off of that this year. They've done a much better job.
That's a great improvement.
Well, here
they
we
need
go.
a big stop right here on 2nd and 12, a passing situation. If they elect to throw the Lions off guard, they might pass. They do pass. And pass overthrown that stops the clock. That's boding well for the Lions. Pass intended for number 6, Ronaldo Reyes. So now you've got a 3rd and 12, a free timeout. Not sure I'd have thrown the ball on 2nd 12, even though you're pinned. You ought to run that clock off, don't you?
That helps us there.
Wow.
He had a step on Dalton Snyder. Watch that matchup again on 3rd down. You almost have to feel here that they are going to pass.
I think they'll run it, and they'll elect just to punt it and trust it to their defense to win this game. Single setback.
Yeah, well, where he has
Sean
the running
Stewart
back there, looks like they're going to pass, but you might be right.
The quarterback's going to run. He's going to get nothing. Stopped for no gain. The Lions hold.
Oh, guess who makes a big play? Zach Jackson redeems himself there, and Ethan Eastwood, number 50, comes in and makes
so the Lions call another timeout. They'll have one left, 3:26 left, and they should get the ball in pretty good position. The wind favors the Lions on this punt, and the Warriors are already pretty deep in their own territory. The ball is at the 14-yard line, so what do you think? Maybe about the 50-yard line or so they may get the ball back, at least on the catch, and we'll wait to see on the return.
Yeah, if it gets a 40-yard kickoff, which would be saying a lot against the wind, the Lions would be taking over about their own 45 without a return.
They'll get the kickoff around the 3-yard line, which, yeah, wow, you're right. Against this wind, I don't think he gets to midfield.
Right, well.
On a typical kick, you see the punter is right at the goal line.
And the Lions have 3 guys back.
There he is at the top of your screen.
Dylan Moore, if it's short. Jeff Howarth, 26, and Jeremy McDonald.
I don't think the ball's going to go this far. You're right. You've got 2 receivers near the 50. I don't think it's going to go this far. Mark. Big special teams play here. Don't want to be offsides. Don't want to rough the passer. And they don't even touch him at all. And the ball is going to land at the 40, but a friendly bounce for the Warriors, out of bounds at the 48-yard line. So the stage is set for the senior, Reed Golson. Can he lead the Lions down one more time to put SAGU back on top? They once held a 10-0 lead. Now they were down by 10, now down by 3. And we said in pregame, if you could hold, I said if you could hold the Warriors below 37, you have a chance. And right now they're holding at 34. The problem is the Lions just have 31 points.
Well, here we are. I hope that the team doesn't get down and settle for a field goal for overtime. I'm hoping we're looking to win. And so far today, the kind of play calling and the kind of decisions that Coach Gotting has made, they're going to go for the win.
Golson looks to pass, throws right. He's got a man. Did he bobble it? He did. They're going to rule him out of bounds before he gained possession of the ball. I think he was going to go to the house.
Yeah, I think he might have made a decision a little too quick when there's also a flag on the play.
Maybe we can take a look at that and see. Here it is again. Let's see if he had possession. Good throw. He was out of bounds.
That looks like he's out. There's also a flag on the play, and the Lions, don't tell me they're backing up. Oh. Looks like a penalty against the offensive line. Somebody looks like they moved too soon. That has happened all season long. That should be something that ends early in the season, but you've just moved yourself back. There's still 3:12 to go. It's 1st and 15.
Ball
we
at the
had a huge play
47-yard line
right there of about 30 yards.
Golson from the shotgun over the middle, and that one's just dropped by Brewster.
Well, I think
he was too wide open.
Yeah, I think it looks like he threw it behind him, I think. That's the easiest play you've got. And even on the pass play a while ago to Brewster, the play was a little late, and the pass was a little late in getting over there, which means that by the time he latched onto it, he's already out of bounds. It was on target, just late. That one, it looked like it was thrown behind him, and we're 2nd and 15.
Can the senior
we're helping Bacone out here, making it a little easier on him.
Leave his legacy in what may be one of his final drives of his career? A short pass nearly picked off by Chad Ducharme. Oh, check that. That was James Foote with the near pick. And that brings up 3rd down and 15.
Boy, how costly that first penalty was. Bacone leads the nation in penalties, but the Lions today have really shot themselves in the foot.
Do you go for it on 4th down, Mark, or do you punt and hope your defense can hold one more time if you don't convert here? That's a tough call to make right there.
Well, if it's 4th and 15, it's 4th and 15, it's a tough call. Let's hope we don't have to make that decision.
Golson. Oh, he overthrew the intended receiver.
He's missed that one about 3 times
Chris
today.
Bingham. And now a penalty, though, after the play. Boy, the flags have been flying in this game.
Yeah, and the home team hasn't gotten any break in them. Or have gotten few breaks. See what happens at the end of this play. I don't know if somebody said something or what.
Looks like it might be against Bacone. Delay of game. I don't understand.
Well, what
Maybe
I think
misread his
happened
lips.
was one of the defenders had gotten the ball and throws it or pitches it aside or does something with it. And if they're looking to put the ball in play, they can't because he has discarded it. So it's a 5-yard penalty. Not a real big thing. They used to call that a lot more. And yesteryear, players, after making a big play, will throw the ball down in the field. That was a little chinchy there. But here we are, 4th and 10, and the Lions are making no mistake about it. They're going for it.
With 1 timeout left, I guess you pretty much have to go for it. Your season on the line.
Well, if you punt it away, you have no guarantee you're going to get it back. They either need to complete a pass here for 10 or get bailed out on a penalty.
The
Maybe
game on the line, a
interference.
winning season on the line. Golson, the senior in the pistol, rolls left. He's got to complete a pass or rush for a 1st down. He's got it. He tripped forward. I think he got it.
He did not make it.
We'll see where the spot is. It looks like it's going to be good. It looks good.
Oh, the spot looks good.
1st down, Lions. We can tell from here it's going to be a 1st down. They're going to come look at it, but it is going to be by about.
That's going to be.
It's going to be by about 3-4 inches. He's going to make it. He is going to have the 1st down.
They think they've made the stop. It was a big hit there on Golson at the end.
Goodness, look at this
spot. I have
spot.
expected to see him.
It's going to be right at the nose, Mark. The nose, the football is going to be right at the end of this chain.
Our producer, John Cookman, is looking
like
Michael
The game on the line right here.
Well, they're coming in to make the put the chain.
1st down by 3 inches. I can see it coming by the nose of the football. Lions season for a winning record stays alive. And
Reed
who else
Golson?
but Reed Golson?
Reed Golson.
With his legs does the trick.
With a little body English up here in the booth from, from the staff.
From our executive producer, Cookman, making the push for his energy behind the cameras, everyone believing in Lumpkin Stadium that the Lions can pull this out. Now, how close do you have to get, you think, to get in Gish's range?
Hopefully that's an omen.
Pitch back. Hold on to the ball. Hold on to the ball. It's Bingham down to the 30. Chris Bingham, an 8-yard gain. And guess what? I think with this wind, we are now in Gish field goal position.
Well, let's see.
31-yard line. With the wind, I think Gish can make it. If this offense stalls from here, Gish has a shot. Chris Bingham. Yeah, now here's McDonald, the speedster. Head over heels.
Barreling around right
First
tackle.
down, running with passion. McDonald.
There it is, a replay of it. Watch him hurdle number 11.
These Lions want the win.
Paul Selski.
They want it bad.
They've
2 minutes and 4 seconds left. You get one more timeout plus the 2-minute warning. The Lions marching. The ball spotted at the 26-yard line, 1st and 10. Now the clock is running, 1:54 left. I guess there's no 2-minute warning. I checked that. No 2-minute warning in NAIA. Golson's going for it all. He's got a man. Touchdown, Lions! Unbelievable! It's Dylan Moore. Are you kidding me? Moore with the catch of his career puts the Lions back on top. And how about that perfect throw from Reed Golson? And the crowd is going crazy here at Lumpkins.
Man, you've been calling his number. That's his second touchdown catch today. Man. Okay, here we got the extra point.
And this is an important extra point. Gish, the biggest one of the game right here. The left-footed kicker puts it through, and the Lions have a 4-point lead. Woo!
You had
wow.
Dustin Fox with the snap, Chad Deeren with the spot, and Gish gives the Lions a 4-point lead, which means Bacone has to get a touchdown. A field goal will not save them.
37 points will not be enough to win this game. That's our magic number. They got to get more. And in a hurry, they've got 2 timeouts left, Mark.
I was just going to say, Coach Rubley conserved his timeouts, didn't use any there, and he's still got 2 left. They've got 1:40 to go.
What a throw and catch. Maybe we can see that again here.
Oh,
what a touchdown.
We win this game.
To
that
Moore.
one is going to be played for a long time.
Here it is again. A perfect pass, single coverage. Moore out jumps, out times, and
right
out jumps.
The pylon.
Hits the pylon.
The guy
and
who
that's
was
6.
covering him
and
was
look at
Cam
Jesse
Onek.
Godding is fired up on the sidelines. Look at him. 140 left. A winning record on the line, the first ever in Lions football history. This would be a huge win for this entire program in its existence. They want more than a 5-5 record this evening.
And I was going to say, for his visionary leadership, no one would deserve it more than Coach Gotti. He's done a great job, but now the defense has got to make one more stop.
And the ball will sail out of bounds, and the Warriors will have the ball at the 25-yard line with 1:40, 2 timeouts left. Its touchdown is what you have to have. Field goal does nothing.
All right, 1:40 to go. We've been heartbroken before.
No penalties.
Right.
No penalties.
Now you can see this secondary. They're going to be really under the gun here. You've got Dylan Snyder back at the 40 trying to get the crowd into it. They're into it. And you've also got Jeff Howitt. You've got Shaquem Taylor, Trevor McKinley. Those are your primary 4 guys in the secondary.
Birkenfield back to pass. Left, caught, bobbled, and dropped. Pass intended for David Chapman near the left side. Now, a win here by the Lions will secure second place all alone in the CSFL. And don't look now, but the Lions at the end of the season might be ranked in the top 25 by season's end.
Well, for beating a ranked team,
That's
it certainly doesn't hurt their chances.
Exactly the
and
point.
for having a winning record. But let's don't
Second and 10.
Let's don't count any chickens.
2nd and 10. Birkenfield looks left, throws left, pass complete, out of bounds, first down.
Wow, no one was even on him. That's the guy who scored their long touchdown pass. Jeremiah Mott was the only one close to him. They're doing a good job of picking out the guys who have an advantage in the coverage. And most of the time, Birkenfield is throwing from right to left. He doesn't look a whole lot this part of the field, but let's see if he changes.
Low
yeah, he's
snap,
looking
looks
this way.
right, looks left. He may have to run. He does run near the 40. He's brought down by Ethan Eastwood, the Maypearl freshman, and the clock continues to run. 1:13, 2 timeouts remaining. Ball at the 41-yard line. Birkenfield, 2 receivers up top, sends 2 down low. Looks right and dropped. Pass intended for Ronaldo Reyes. He was on his knees by the time the ball hit him.
Yeah, it looked like the timing of that one was off, and he did a good job just to make a play on it. If he had it deflected it any higher, Eastwood was there to gobble it up.
How about an interception right here?
Oh,
I'm gonna call it. I'm going to call Jeremiah Mott or Shaquem Taylor.
I like Taylor.
With a big pick here to seal it. Looked like the same pass play. This time the pass is completed. Down into SAGU territory, dragged down at the 40-yard line. That's raised again. Looked like the exact same pass pattern.
Yep, they're looking for whoever a linebacker's covering.
First and 10, 41-yard line. Field goal does you no good if you're the Warriors. Birkenfield out of the shotgun, looks right, steps up in the pocket, now rolls left, chase down, and it scrambles out of bounds near the first down marker. He's going to be just short. Bring up 2nd and 1.
In our pregame talk, Rob, you said this was going to come down to the last possession, or it likely would.
Here it is.
Here we go.
40 seconds remaining.
The Lions are going to have to make a stop.
2 timeouts left, so clock management in the favor of the Warriors. They've got time, and they've got timeouts. They need the yards. Birkenfield.
No
short
one covered him
pass
again.
Complete. Out of bounds at the 24-yard line. That was Aaron McCoy. 33 seconds left.
Him. They're finding somebody wide open. They're taking the underneath passes, moving downfield so that they're within the shadow of the goalpost.
That's the danger of playing to prevent defense, is you give so much up underneath between the linebackers and the front line.
They're either going to make the play of the season or they're going to be heartbroken right on the threshold.
33 seconds left. Ball at the right hash. Birkenfield is going to keep it himself. And he's upended by Snyder. And the clock continues to run, and now they're going to burn one of their timeouts. One timeout left.
They didn't stop the clock there. It would take them another 10 seconds before they could get the ball snapped. Good decision. And that was actually a nice play on his part. You know the Lions are expecting a pass. And they have gotten downfield in this desperation mode quite efficiently.
Let me ask you a question. Do you blitz? Do you send a linebacker in and just try to confuse Birkenfield and make him make a mistake, or do you just stay in this prevent defense now that you're at the ball at the 15-yard line?
Well, if I know Coach Allen the way he's done this season, he doesn't blitz a whole lot, and when he does, it's often with a 5th guy coming in. He doesn't do the all-out blitz.
Okay.
So I'm going to say not really. I think he wants to keep his coverage on the field because he knows he's got some good cover men. I'm just hoping we don't blow a coverage and have one guy waltzing by himself. But the time to make up or shut up is about here.
Looks like the Lions are playing a tight man-to-man defense on the corners. You got strong safeties. Safeties in the middle. Here is Birkenfield. He looks left. He's got a man. Pass complete, out of bounds at the 5-yard line.
Well, he did just what they've been doing. He had a very good matchup. Dylan Moore, as good as he is playing safety, is not a good cover man. And,
19 seconds.
They just threw it right over him, and he was open. They're now right knocking on the door with 19 seconds left and a first down at the 5-yard line. You're either going to have a touchdown pass or the quarterback is going to do a draw right up the middle.
Birkenfield from the shotgun. Got all kinds of time. Picked off, tipped, incomplete. Several Lions could have caught that ball for an interception.
What's up with that? I'm thinking, who's going to pick it
Wow,
off?
I'd like to see that again. Several Lions had their mitts on it. That could have sealed it right there. Here it is again. Look at this. Right there. It was that Snyder could have caught it two times.
Snyder had it. It was right in his hands twice.
Well, those are so hard to, I mean, you see it in slow motion. It's easier to say you can catch it. This happens so fast,
on it, and McKinley reached out and got a hand on it. Dalton should have had that one.
But those bang-bang plays happen so fast. Okay, folks, 13 seconds left. 2nd and 5. 4 receivers, 2 up the top, 2 at the bottom. Birchfield got to find somebody. He scrambles right. And a fumble! And the Lions come away with it! And they'll come away with the win! The Lions defense holds! Can you believe
You could see Ike Gaston smiling from here to downtown Dallas. Here's Birkenfield running out,
Let's
chased
see who
by
stripped
Gaston.
And he just dropped it. And who came up with it?
It looks like 95.
Ethridge Brooks.
And if my memory is correct, Brooks is... No, I was going to say, I thought he was right here from Waxahachie. What a big fumble recovery.
And the Lions are going to upset the number 25 team in the nation, holding them below the magical 37 points. They tack on 38, one more than what we thought they'd need.
The pride of Centerville, Texas, and Madisonville High School, the freshman, Brooks comes up. The quarterback was in pursuit. He was being pursued by Caston, which must have scared him. And, of course, it looks like Jeremiah Mott was coming to polish him off. What a play. Who would have thunk that? I thought we were going to get an interception.
Maybe we can take one more look at that play. I want to take a look one more time at that fumble, and let's see exactly what caused it. I am just, no one was near. Here it is again. I think it just slipped out of his hands, Mark, as he was trying to tuck it and run. That's it.
Did.
He was trying to tuck it and run as the ball was going back and forth in his gait. It just slipped right out of his hands.
Well, he was swinging it way out to the side like a loaf of bread, and it came loose. Wow.
And, you know, credit the Warriors. They were marching down the field. They were in great position. They never panicked. They had the ball at the 5-yard line with 13 seconds left. We knew something big had to happen, and the Warriors really made the mistake themselves.
Yeah, and they've made, that's now over 30 turnovers this year, but the quarterback, he was still wanting to have the option to pass at the last second.
And that's going to be the final play in the Lions.
Reed Golson from the victory formation comes up with the play.
Their first season ever, and you see Jesse Gotting with the water bath as his team finishes 6-4, the first winning season in the history of SAGU football. Huge congratulations to this ball club, the coaching staff, our fans. A great, great win in the history of this program, upsetting the number 25 team in the land, a team that had won 3 straight games against these Lions. As you see the players shake hands. Mark, what a wild finish to a fun season.
You know, when we fell behind by 10 points and come back and scored, and then we fell behind by 10 again, you're just thinking, is this team going to have the resolve? Because we've been here so many times before, and we would be the team that's on the other end of it. We know how we felt against Bacone 2 years ago. The guys just come out and made a huge, huge stop to take the win.
Last year, the Lions lost 34-0. This year, they gave up 34 points. Only this time, they put up 38 in a great season-ending performance from the senior Reed Golson and company. The Lions will celebrate and look forward to a great season, really a building season here of great things, a harbinger of things to come for next year. We lose Reed Golson, but many players coming back for this ball club.
Right. And, of course, the 7 that they're losing, you know what? Instead of talking about them losing, how about it for those 7 seniors today? Ike Caston, who was involved in that winning play. Kendall Evers, who's down there enjoying that from the sideline. James Gish, another great season. Reed Golson, you talked about him setting his, establishing his name.
His legacy has been established in this school.
The one guy that I've liked throughout all of this, the character of Josh Harris, played and done just what you think. But then the play of Rodney Johnson and Trevor McKinley today.
A big game, first half especially.
The seniors come up. What a way to go out.
Wow.
What a way to go out. They had a chance at the end to win it, and they went for it. They come up with 2 straight touchdowns, Rob.
It looked like that touchdown pass to Moore, like the defense wasn't quite ready for that to happen. They figured maybe another short run, a short pass.
Right.
Reed just said, I'm going to go for the jugular now, and he did it, and it paid off.
Right, great call in there by Frank Tristan.
And how about perhaps the play of the game is Golson on 4th and 10 gets 10 yards and 3 inches. to keep the game, the drive alive.
For those who thought he was too short, he was just tall enough. You know, he put on, last year he was 5'11", 180. He put on 17 pounds of just muscle this off season, and you know that paid off right there at that last. I didn't think he was going to make it. I thought he was going to be short by about a half yard. And Rob, you were calling it, and John Cookman was dancing over here.
John Cookman, our producer behind us, was shaking the ground, jumping up and down. He knew we had it. It looked for me like we had it, and so the Lions have it. They come away with a win today. They'll finish 6-4. We'll have some more thoughts, perhaps some post-game comments and interviews. But a quick commercial break here on the SAGU Sports Network. Your final score, 38-34. Stay tuned for more right here on the SAGU Sports Network.
Tyler Marie down here with Coach Goding. Coach, it's senior day. Talk about the senior leadership that made this win possible.
Well, we did have senior leadership, and they gave great effort. You saw Reed, you saw DJ, you saw James Gish have to take the kicking duties tonight because our other kicker was injured. He did a great job. Last kickoff, everything, those seniors, Trevor McKinley with an interception. You know, every year I pray that God would give my seniors a gift. And each one of them had a special moment tonight, and that's awesome.
Now, you ended this season with 4 wins in a row. Tell me what you're feeling right now.
Like we should have had 5, but, you know, the kids were sitting at 2-4, and we asked them just to give effort. And for the last 4 games, they have done nothing but show up and give us tremendous effort. They believe in themselves. You saw that when we got down, and they went after it, and it was tremendous. You see that. They're a great bunch of kids.
Thank you so much, Coach, and congratulations.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Wow. What a win for this program. Congratulations again to head coach Jesse Goding, a wet-soaked head coach Jesse Goding, as he got the shower of appreciation from his teammates. Ball club began this season at 0-2, dropped their first 2 games and did not look very well for the Lions, and then rattled off 2 in a row to climb back to even, and then dropped 2 more to finish, or to go at 2-4 midway through the season, and then rattled off 4 wins in a row. We'll wait to see how the standings pan out. It's possible. Here's some of the scores. Interceptions, some of the highlights of the game. Golson, the touchdown to Dylan Moore. The interception from Jeff Hewith. Good run back. And another pick, or another big hit, I should say, from Howith. And then the touchdown from Golson from 6 yards out. The big interception from Snyder. And a nice run back. A lot of great plays today for the Lions as they come away with a 38-34 win. Let's go down now to our player of the game, the all-time leader in yardage for the Lions, the one and only Reed Golson, is with Tyler Evans. Tyler.
Thanks, guys. Now this is Tyler Marie reporting with a player of the game, Reed Golson. Reed, you're at senior day. This is your last game playing with SAGU football. Tell me, how important was this win for you?
It was beyond important. My emotions are at an all-time high right now, and 6 wins has really never even been heard of at SAGU. And we went out here and we were definitely the underdog. We came and brought it to them and came out on top.
Now this win meant the first winning season in program history. What emotions are going through you right now?
To be the quarterback that led them on that last drive on 4th and whatever it was, and just end it with a touchdown to Dylan Moore. I can't even explain it. I'm speechless right now. I'm just happy for all the guys and everything else.
Thank you so much, Reed, and congratulations.
Appreciate it.
Back to you.
The reserved Reed Golson showing as much emotion as he wants to show publicly. I'm sure in the locker room he's going to be a lot more excited. But boy, you could just see the excitement, the relief, the praise he has for his teammates. Golson talked about that last drive, and well, he made it happen. You got some stats for the game there, Mark.
Well, these are just in from Michelle Howington. The final statistics: first downs, Bacone had 27, SAGU with 22 rushing yards, Bacone 30 for 157 yards. The Lions 41 rushes for 168. Passing yards net, Bacone 276, the Lions 201. Total passes, Bacone completed 18 of 36, 3 interceptions. SAGU was 18 of 30, no interceptions. Total offense, 66 plays for the Warriors, 433 yards. The Lions 71 plays, 369 yards. Turnovers for the game, SAGU 1, Bacone 4. Penalties, Bacone 12 for 108 yards. The Lions had 8 for 74. Rushing for SAGU, Reed Golson had 57 yards, so he's now the all-time leading rusher in Lions history. Troy Griffin, 54 yards. James Hopkins, 39. Jeremy McDonald, 13. Golson completed 18 of 30 for 201 yards, 3 touchdowns. His longest was 26. The leading receivers, Jeremy McDonald caught 5 for 72 and 1 score, his first touchdown of the season. Dylan Moore, 4 catches, 54 yards, 2 touchdowns. His longest was 26. Fanique Benton, 4 catches. Andres Brewster with 3. On the defensive side, Dalton Snyder with 7 total tackles. And in fact, Jeremiah Mott with 7, Dylan Snyder with 4, Ethan Eastwood with 4. And when it comes to interceptions, Trevor McKinley had 1, Jeff Howarth had 1, and the freshman Dylan Snyder had 1. But it all came down to the end, a 48-yard, 7-play drive. Took 3:15 to do it. Reed Golson completes the winning touchdown, 26 yards to Dylan Moore. James Gish with the extra point. And then finally at the end, the fumble recovery by Etheridge Brooks inside the 5-yard line to save it. Make sure, folks, SAGU fans, turn to the SAGU website tomorrow for a complete review. There will be scores of photos, statistics. And Rob, why don't you give a plug, because you know within the next few days we're going to have all the highlights on the SAGU Sports Network.
Our producer,
Facebook
Tim Roberts, is going to have a fun week putting together the highlights. We'll have them all for you on our Facebook page, SAGU Sports Network, and keep up to date. I'm sure it's going to be buzzing tonight. Twitter feed, SAGU Sports Net, Instagram, SAGU Sports Network. And I want you to take a look at this screen here when the graphic goes away. Take a look at this scene on the field. I've never seen this before. In my 7-8 years here at SAGU, I've never seen what I'm seeing right now. And this is so exciting to see players, coaches, fans, students just hanging out after a game, just celebrating a huge win, a huge season. And no one wants to leave Lumpkins. This is just a wonderful sight to see hundreds of players mingling with the fans, that they gave them a great game. So I'm just so proud of this team. I know you are as well. It's been fun season to call the game with you, Mark. And we'll be back in January to cover Lions basketball in just 4 weeks.
No, we're 4-0 is what the word is.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, we're 4-0. The basketball team is 4-0, ranked in the top 5. We'll be back in January to cover a host of games for the ladies and the men's and making another run towards the national title. But tonight we're celebrating a wonderful win. January 4th will be that first game on the SAGU Sports Network with the Lions basketball at the Schaefer Center. But tonight, it's all about the football team. Congratulations to head coach Jesse Godding, his coaching staff, Frank Tristan, John Allen, all their assistants, the seniors. Hats off to our amazing crew, led by executive producer John Cookman and his wonderful student team. Mark, I've enjoyed it all season long. It's been a blast.
It's been fun.
And until January, we'll sign up with our blessing, the full blessing this time. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious unto you. And may the Lord lift up his counts upon you and give you his peace. And we leave with more highlights of today's thrilling 38-34 win. You've been watching the SAGU Sports Network. So long.